Okay, so welcome back, guys, and getting at the module 4 of our BSF training. And just a quick one before I further continue on these lessons. The reason why I'm doing a lot of this background work is so that by the time we start the video recording of the practical sessions, um, it will be easier for us to quickly assimilate and understand. As a matter of fact, even with this information I'm sharing alone, you can get it started. But just to make it easy, and because I keep saying, we are a mentorship platform. I am doing this background work. I am doing this foundational work. By the time we're done with these 3 day sessions, we're going to schedule maybe sometimes next week also, by the grace of God, than to do some video sections of some of these things that practically put you to work. And then after that, you are good to go. But even with this information I'm sharing with you, you are still very much good to go. Just to put an icing on the cake is the other video session I'm going to be scheduling for next week. Hopefully, by the grace of God, I will communicate that with us. So, okay, so without further ado, let's continue. Now, at this section, some of the things I've mentioned in the previous section, I'm just going to be re-emphasizing it so that it becomes a little bit more clearer to you. Now, we add at this module 4, the goal is when you have your flights, though when you are just starting out, you will not have access to BSF flights already. So your first means of starting out is to get your starter pack, and your starter pack is your egg that you are starting with. I've shown you the next one would have been your love cage, but I've shown you the structure of the love cage, and I believe you should be able to construct something simple now. So the only thing you will need to get started is your egg. That is your BSF egg. Now, once you get your egg, now you will incubate them. I'm going to be showing you how to incubate them, which like is the second point on this list. That is it place your egg in the moist medium. That is example of a brown rice. We actually use a lot of things, anything that is organic. So in the video that I will be doing, I will show you a specific structure, a specific way of doing it. So I'm going to do that. Now, once you incubate them, just like I showed you in one of the slides, after that's when we're talking about the life cycle. Yes, when we're talking about the life cycle, I told you that your egg, once you get your egg will hatch between the first 3 to 5 days. And if you look at here, that's the same thing you are having at module 4. Yes. After you get your egg, the next thing is to incubate them. You place them in a moist medium. It can be brown rice, it can be rice husk, it can be chicken feed, it can be poultry manure, it can be PKC, it can be anything that is organic waste. So, but I will show you the composition of what we use on our facility by the time I'm doing that video of how to incubate your egg. And then I'm expecting to get some egg by tomorrow. So most likely I might show you that incubation process. Maybe tomorrow if possible, because I'm actually going out. But if I'm able to do that, otherwise it will be next week Monday by the grace of God. So then once you incubate, in the next 3 to 5 days, they will begin to hatch. Then, here I place the point that avoid overeating. There is a particular routine that you will do within these first 5 days of incubation to avoid the egg dying. Because once your medium, sometimes we call it substrate, once your substrate is cakey and hard, it will come up, it will become overheated because your substrate will always contain water. So it will be eaten up. If you don't carry out this daily routine, it will likely affect the egg. Even if you cannot lose all the egg, but you will not get the best of the hatching rate. Majority may likely die due to overeating. And what is that routine? You turn it on a daily basis, at least once daily. This I will practically show you in the incubation process. Okay, so let's move to the next module. Okay, so at module 5, at this next stage, by the time the larva has completed the day, the cycle of action, that is from day 3 to day 5. The next is to them, because depending on the volume of egg you have, as a matter of fact, at the end of that 5 days, it is important to transfer them to a bigger pond, just like this that I show you in this video. I mean, in this module, at module 3. If you can see my cursor is hovering over this crate. Now, this is should I use the word modern crate? You can use anything. Some people use wooden frame that is lined with nylon or tarpaulin. But if you're using something like that, there is a way of managing it. But I will always recommend that yellow keg, that we use for groundnut oil in Nigeria, that 20, is it 20 or 25 liter keg? You cut it into half, so it's best used. I recommend it. That's what we are even using on the facility. So by the time I'm showing you the incubation, by the time I incubate, I will show you the. As a matter of fact, this new egg is what I will use to explain almost all the management practices that we have been talking about. By the time it comes from tomorrow. So after your day 5 of uh, of incubating and hatching of your egg, you must transfer the eggs, the hatchlings, it's also called neonates. You have to transfer them into what we call the lab, into a biopond. That biopond is is the crate that I'm talking about here. So once you do that, once you do that, then you will continue to feed them. You will continue to feed them. Now, like I put up here, at least the substrate should be moist but not waterlogged. If it is waterlogged, it is an avenue for them to crawl out of the system. So, but if it is moist and they have feed, they will remain submerged into the feed until they finish consuming it. Then the depth, I will explain all this as we continue in the journey. The depth of the media of your feed should not be more than 10 to 12 cm. If it, sorry, excuse me. If it is too deep, there will be build up of it. And once there is build up of it, you will kill the larva. Their growth will not be speed enough. So, and you feed every 2 to 3 days, depending on the number of larvae in the pond, in the biopond, and the volume of food, or the volume of um, compost that you have I mean, not compost, sorry, a substrate that you have in the biopond. All these are the things that I will practically show you as we continue on the journey. Okay, so see you in the next class. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.